Well, switching gears now, all summer long, we've been looking into claims and theories about the hot weather in our Summer Verify series. Tonight's question comes from Verify viewer Jennifer. She writes, I've noticed when I fill up my gas tank on a hot day, the range in my dash for gas mileage shows about 20 miles less than it does in cooler weather. So my question is, does time of day or hot weather affect gas mileage or how much gas you're actually putting in your tank in 100-degree weather? Hey, good question, Jen, and you came to the right place because we've got the answer in tonight's Verify Fast Facts. When it comes to filling up your tank, you want to make sure to get your money's worth, right? Sure, we all do. And with those prices at the pump rising right alongside those temperatures, getting bang for your buck is as important as ever. For tonight's question, we're turning to the experts. James Smith is the co-owner of Smith Family Auto Care in Temple. He knows a thing or two about cars. We're also getting information from AAA. So, does higher temperatures mean less mileage?
Hot weather actually would increase your fuel mileage rather than decrease your fuel mileage. And we're talking extreme weathers though. If we're 20-degree Fahrenheit versus 77, 80-degree Fahrenheit, you'll see your range, actually you'll increase your range. You'll get further than you would on the same amount of gas in if it was colder.
That's right. Hot weather is actually good for gas mileage. That's because your engine uses oxygen and gas to create energy. And in warmer weather, air and gas expand. That means less oxygen and the less fuel your car needs to compensate. So we can go ahead and verify that hot weather does affect your gas mileage, but in a good way. And as for the time of day, that should have no effect on how far your tank takes you. So there you go, Jennifer. We hope that answers your question. And if you have something you'd like us to verify, go ahead, send us an email, or even better, reach out on Facebook.